Hello and welcome to this Pearson Primary History Unit briefing. In this video I'll be taking you through our unit on the Anglo-Saxons. The national curriculum states that pupils should be taught about Britain's settlement by the Anglo-Saxons and Scots. Non-statutory examples of what could be taught include Roman withdrawal from Britain in circa 410 AD and the fall of the Western Roman Empire, Scots invasions from Ireland to North Britain, now Scotland, Anglo-Saxon invasions, settlements and kingdoms, place names and village life, Anglo-Saxon art and culture, Christian conversion, Canterbury, Iona and Lindisfarne. During this unit, pupils will be taught about most of these non-statutory examples, with a focus on how and why Britain was settled and eventually ruled by the Angles and the Saxons, as well as how we know about this period. So, let's take a closer look at the work booklet that pupils will complete as they move through this unit. The booklet begins with a knowledge organiser, which sets out the timeline of the period, key vocabulary, and the most significant people of the period. It also includes information on the Saxon gods and how the days of the week relate to these gods. Finally, the heptarctic kingdoms of England are shown. Each of the 6 lessons is framed around an inquiry question. It may be helpful to share this question at the beginning of the lessons to frame the learning, as well as ending the lesson by having pupils jot their key reflections in the learning review column here. Now, let's take a closer look at each of these lessons in turn. The first lesson asks, how did control of Britain change after the Romans left? This lesson builds on our unit on Roman Britain and focuses pupils' thinking on the key historical skill of understanding change and continuity. They'll learn about the Scots of Ireland, the Picts of what is now known as Scotland, and the Britons living in what is today known as England, taken from the root Angles and land, Angleland, England. The battle for the control of Britain will be explored, including how different groups took control of different areas of Britain. Lesson 2 asks, what was life like in Anglo-Saxon Britain? Pupils will learn about how the Anglo-Saxons were mostly farmers. The different social roles will be set out, including the roles of men and women. In this lesson, the dynamic role of religion will also be explored, including the pagan beliefs of both Britons and Anglo-Saxons, and how Augustine reintroduced Christianity to Britain during this period. Lesson 3 asks, who ruled Anglo-Saxon Britain? Pupils will learn about how tribes increasingly joined forces in different regions until 7 main kingdoms emerged. Major kings such as Offa and Egbert will be explored, as well as the weaponry and warfare that was used in an attempt to expand kingdoms within Britain. Lesson 4 asks, what can written sources tell us about life in Anglo-Saxon Britain? Most people in Britain could not read or write during this period. As a result, we have very little written source material from the Anglo-Saxon period, so it's often known as the Dark Ages. However, there are a few key sources, including the writings of Gildas Sapian and the Venerable Bede, who were 2 monks, as well as the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, which was compiled towards the end of the period. Pupils will have the opportunity to consider the reliability of this material. Lesson 5 asks, can you design an Anglo-Saxon Buhr? This lesson sets up pupils for our unit on the Viking invasions of Britain, which overlaps with this period. As the Vikings raided and invaded Britain, the Saxon kings, especially Alfred the Great, increasingly built fortified towns known as burhs. Many of these towns remain as major towns and cities of England. Pupils will have the opportunity to explore some of the key features of a Buhr and design their own. And the final lesson, lesson 6, asks pupils to write an answer to this question. How did the Anglo-Saxons change life in Britain? Pupils will again frame their thinking around continuity and change, considering what was different between life in Britain and the Roman rule compared to Saxon power. The extended written response will allow them to explore everything that they've learnt about in this unit. We hope that you enjoy teaching this Pearson unit on the Anglo-Saxons and that your students enjoy learning all about it.
The video ends here.